Hello legends and super legends, welcome to Veloharmony. I want to now do a quick video on the Przewalski helmet liner and their leg warmers. I contacted them, they had new product coming out, and I contacted them after I got an email that told me about a new release that they were doing, and they wanted to know if I would be willing to test it for them. And so I looked at the details about the product, looked at the picture, and it seemed like a good idea. I'm wearing right now one of them. I used them. Actually, I just made another video when I got back from the Rafa Festive 500 where I had to mention them because I had used them. This skull cap for the price point, I think it's like 10 something. I'll put the price down there just in case I don't remember it correctly. It might be $10 or $11. You see me rubbing my head. The thing just feels good. It's like, it feels good against my scalp. And so I was very surprised because I'm going to show you in a little bit up close. Let me take this off. Let's come up here. I hope the lighting would allow me to really show you what's there. I want to move to where you can see. You see there? You can see through. That's on that side. I'm going to do the same thing over there. Ventilation on the side. Ventilation on this side. Now, why am I so excited about such an expensive skull cap? It's not the fact that it's inexpensive, the fact that there's a lot of thought that went into this, and it just works for somebody like me who's hot-natured. The problem I have with a lot of skull caps, you put them on and you start a ride and it's 4C. And then the ride starts going up. 5C, 7, 10C, you start getting hot. Then now you got to wonder, okay, if I take my skull cap off or my head liner off or whatever you call it, helmet liner, am I going to be too cold? You worry about, if I take my helmet liner off, am I going to still feel okay? Because until it hits like 60 degrees, which is probably like 15C, you're not sure what's going on depending on where the wind's coming from and so forth. So there's always a catch-22, you know, where you're on the line between should I or should I not? Should I bring a cotton cap and all that? This kind of takes the guesswork out of it. With those two little vents, what I found was, and I've used this in 4 to 7C. So that's like from 40 to say 47 or something like that. Not even near 50 Fahrenheit. Just that short range, because this week has been weird. The temperatures just stayed stagnant. And what I did notice in my use was, what I liked is how it feels on your head. It has a nice thermal, almost like thermal fleece backing around this band that's on the bottom, this stitched band. And all the areas that's non-perforated feels like fleece. Almost like the young baby's garments. How soft, it's just very soft. Feels good on your head. So I'm like, man, this is well executed. And look how easy it is. One size fits all. I brought it all the way down here because that wind was hitting. And when I put my shades up here, it was meeting this thing. It was perfect. And then they come over your ear. And they go to the back of your head comfortably. They don't move on you. Look at that. So I'm like, man, this is a great price point for such a quality product. And you can see how I'm stretching it. I've ridden with this thing twice, and I've used it. I keep rubbing my head because it just feels good when you put it on. It's like, it's like those fleecy pajamas that you get. You don't want to get out of them. That's how this feels. I'm like, this is great when you leave in a warm bed in the morning. So yeah, I had to show you guys this. This is just a nice, I call these skull caps, they're calling them helmet liners, whatever name you want to assign to it. It doubles because when you're riding on days where it's going to warm up, which is down here, Florida, Houston, whatever, that's what we get normally. It doesn't stay cold. So this is perfect. You can start in the morning with this. If it does get warmer, you can flip these things off your ear, which makes a world of difference. You guys know. Temperature balances. And then because of those vents, you don't have to worry about overheating. You've got things escaping. That's what I found. It just felt great the whole ride. whole ride. And we didn't even get near 50 that day, a couple of days ago. So yeah, give it a shout. I'm going to put the links down there in the description for you guys and girls that are interested in it, because Przewalski, they make some good stuff. They had sent some mountain bike shorts earlier that I reviewed earlier in the year. These are great. You see, I can't keep my hands off my head when I put them on. It just feels so good. I'm just rubbing them. Let me take them off. The other one that is sent along with it, they came in these nice little pouches that I'm not going to throw them away. You know, there's no point in this going in the garbage stream. I can use these to repackage things and do something with them. They're nice. They got zippers on them. You know, just good packaging that you can use for something else. I'm going to move these here so I can show you the leg warmers. First up close. That's all my, what I did. You can see the writing. This is a subtle Przewalski. I like that. Not announcing to the world. This is extra large. That's the longest length, because I like mine to not fight with the band on my shorts. I'm going to come up to the camera, because what I want you to see is here. You can see where my shorts are. That's where the band of my shorts are. The Przewalski is here. So we're talking, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Say about 5 inches. Okay? If you can't keep that in place, you got issues. That means your shorts are just not your size or whatever. Why is that important? The whole reason for wearing this stuff is to stay warm. It blows my mind when I'm out there. Sometimes I see some cyclists got a gap between their short and the leg warmers. What's the point? That's got to be uncomfortable. If everything else is covered and that area is open, that skin is vulnerable. You know, I wore this today in temperatures that did not exceed 5°C. So we're mostly between 2 and 4.5. Started at 4.5 and went down, and they were fine. They have extra padding on the knee, which I'm going to have to take off to show you, because there's also a mesh behind the knee that I thought was unique. Okay. This is what it looks like. Let me bring it up. There's so many nice features in there. I'll come up here. Try to do the same thing. Hopefully you can see through this. There is a mesh behind the knee. Let me use my phone, because the way that made it feel on my leg was different. I'm going to use the phone and shine a light behind it. You see that? Move it up, down. There we go. That's the mesh at the back of the knee. It goes all the way in the back. And that mesh sitting behind your knee felt so comfortable. Now, before I move from the camera here, there's an extra padded area that covers the knee. Then behind it, you got the same kind of thermal fleece I was describing in the skull cap. It just feels so great against the skin. The bottom, getting it in, it's like putting on a sock. There's no zippers on this one. They got their logo on the side. You have to use the logo as a guide to know which one is right or left. You want the logo facing away from the bike, basically to the outside. That's kind of how you gauge it. But now, this is not what you would wear below freezing. Okay, you would wear it probably from 4C and up very comfortably. It might go up, it might be okay in 2.5C if it's not very windy. If it's going to be super, super cold, you're going to have to double this up with something else or wear something else. This is probably great from 4C and up, because as it gets warmer, this thing is so light with all these, you know, with the vents behind your knee and all of that, you're not going to overheat, you know, easily. So it's very functional, because those are the temperatures that most people use leg warmers in. It will keep you warm early, and then when it warms up, You can decide, do I take it off now or do I take it off at the cafe stop or whatever, because you can wear this longer. It's not super, super hot. So it's a nice product. I just wanted to introduce you guys to it. I will put the link down there. From Przewalski, really good product, good price point. The quality is very good, well stitched, because I stretched this bad boy every which way. The band of the rubber has their name on it, and it's solid. This is just, I don't know what they use, but this thing is thick and it's just stitched. And even the outside of the band is smooth. So they weren't playing. These guys doing some great stuff. So I hope this helps some of you that are looking for winter stuff to get these. I think the most critical pieces for winter are covering your extremities primarily. Of course, your knee, because there's no tissue there. But, I just wanted to introduce these two products and give them a try if you're in the market for stuff, because they're very reasonable, easy on the pocketbooks, and they work. Okay? Get out there. Don't let the weather stop you.